Hi, I'm Megan Lee, and we're here at UCSF in Deanna Crotz's lab. And I'm currently a graduate student who's working on a project to study the genetics of patients who get certain toxicities in response to a particular cancer drug. I grew up in a pretty, STEM field-oriented family. My dad was an electrical engineer. My mom was a linguistics major in college, actually, but she's kind of a self-taught scientist at home. So growing up at home, we had tons of textbooks on science and biology. So she was a major influence and inspiration for me. And my older brother is also a bioengineer. So I joined my first lab kind of as a volunteer at Stanford, and my brother was there at the time. He was already in college, but it was a narcolepsy lab at Stanford, and I got in kind of as a volunteer when I was 14 or 15, and I basically kind of just followed a postdoc around, learned the very basic lab skills like how to hold a pipette, how to run a PCR, how to run a gel, and so on. So that was kind of my way in. I feel very fortunate to have gotten that opportunity and to have the mentors that I did who trusted me, trusted someone of my age at that time. So I majored in biology as an undergrad, but I've always been interested in genetics. So like in the narcolepsy lab, we focused on genetics. I was trying to find, using a zebrafish, what could be a genetic cause of narcolepsy. My research kind of falls into two different parts. There's like the traditional physical bench work. I grow different types of cells together, endothelial cells and smooth muscle cells. And I've been trying to treat them with this drug that I'm studying. And oftentimes after the drug treatment, I'll want to isolate the DNA from these cells or isolate certain proteins from these cells and run assays on that. And then I guess the other part is this more computationally intensive part. I have a lot of genetic data sets with sequencing data from patients that I'm studying. And I kind of want to analyze the genetic mutations that I might be finding in those patients. So it involves a lot of command line software, writing code, and statistical analyses to figure that out. During high school and college, I never imagined that I would need to learn to write code or anything, but 10 years later, here I am trying to learn it as I go. So I think that just speaks to how fast different fields of science are evolving and how different technologies are being used to apply genetic concepts and learn more about genetics. It's a good field to be in right now. There's a lot of exciting things happening. So as I mentioned before, this drug that I'm studying, we know that in a certain subset of patients, they get a really severe side effect. So I'm directly trying to help those people and figure out why that happens to them. So the end goal here would be to find whatever that cause is, find perhaps the genetic mutation that's causing that. And I guess the exciting thing about this is that we're kind of working directly with the drug company that makes this drug. So if I do find a positive result, it could very well, translate directly to helping these patients.